Nobody knows why they wear masks, and nobody dares to ask. Commoners fear they are demons walking the earth, hiding from the eye of God. Priests claim the masks are the symbol of the church's authority, and monks say they are to cover the shame of using the blasphemy of magic. This short description is what greets us when we open the menu for the prayer's equipment. It raises several questions and offers several explanations, but perhaps the more plausible answer to the question of why prayers wear masks can be found in the short story on the astronaut's website. In it, the prayer encounters a group of thugs, bandits, who attempt to rob him, and he mentions briefly considering taking off his mask as a faster solution to the confrontation because he knows that removing his mask would leave them terrified and running for their lives. From this, we can deduce that the prayer's natural appearance is probably terrifying, that his face, the reason that he is indeed covering something, but maybe it's not the shame of using magic, but simply a grotesque physical appearance. However, beyond merely covering his face, I believe the mask is what makes the prayer what he is. There are two important pieces of evidence that seem to very strongly indicate that the mask of the prayer is essentially a conduit for witchfire. In the same short story that I mentioned, after defeating the bandits, the prayer decides to cut off the heads of all the corpses except for one, which he ties up against the tree because it seems he knew the witchfire in the witch in the vicinity would attempt to reanimate these corpses, and it appears that this corrupt ether, the witchfire, reanimates corpses by entering through the face, through the head. If we look at this image here, it's clear that both the mouth and the eyes are filled with witchfire. And so the head, the face of a dead man, of a dead person, seems to be the gateway through which witchfire enters. Now, what does this have to do with the mask? Well, if we look at the mask itself, it has very much a skeletal appearance. You could say it is basically the mask of a dead man. Now, finally, we have this promotional image for the game, which is quite interesting. It shows the prayer kneeling in a sort of meditative pose, perhaps, or one might even see it as the prayer recovering, resting, possibly being momentarily defeated, tired, and on the ground in front of him we see his iconic mask, and it is engulfed in witchfire, which to me further suggests that the mask effectively tricks corrupt ether, witchfire, into attempting to reanimate a dead body, except what it does is it absorbs the power from the witchfire and allows the prayer to be reanimated while maintaining his free will and consciousness. So the mask to me seems to be just that. It is a witchfire trap that simultaneously protects the prayer from its corrupting influence while allowing him to benefit from its power. Now, if we are to come back to what I first said in the short story, that the natural physical appearance of the prayer is terrifying, and if we are to take a moment and remember that witchfire reanimates corpses, and as we can see in this picture, there's a clear similarity between the red glowing eyes of the husks approaching and those of the prayer, it would probably be a safe assumption to say that the prayer is basically a reanimated assassin who is afforded special powers by the mask, and that his grotesque physical appearance is due to the simple fact that he is a corpse, a husk, just like the enemies you've been fighting.